Well, unsafe or improving. A new corrections union leader says the Louisville jail is in crisis, but jail leaders say that's not true.
More of our coverage on this topic here tonight at 5:30 as our Focus investigative reporter Travis Breeze breaks down the decade of warnings and why real change still has not happened.
The Louisville jail is understaffed on corrections officers and has been for several years. The new president for their union, Daniel Johnson, says things are at a breaking point.
The vacancies continue to grow, which increases the workload. We've got a lot of officers and sergeants down there pulling double duty. They're covering multiple people. They're covering multiple floors.
The Louisville Metro Department of Corrections, or LMDC, is budgeted for 401 sworn officers, according to a 2024 fact sheet. A jail spokesperson says they are 72 officers short, including 45 positions that directly supervise inmates. Those numbers include 11 corrections officers who graduated on January 30th. Chief Jerry Collins declined a one-on-one interview with WHAS 11 for this story, but answered questions about the staff shortage after the graduation.
We're going to keep chipping. We'll run academies all year. We'll keep chipping away at it.
The majority of corrections officers have been required to work 16 hours of overtime per week since at least 2023. The 2024 FOP contract allows officers to schedule their overtime. Johnson says the overtime, along with what he calls constantly shifting responsibilities, wears on people.
If we could just hang on to the people that we hire, that it would eat away at the vacancies. I talked to Collins, he pledged he's going to run 5 academy classes this year. You're averaging maybe 10 officers in each academy. So you're looking at 50 people a year that we're bringing in. But when you have 70, 80 people leaving, that's where your issue is. And so you have to look at why people are leaving. And they're leaving because they don't feel valued.
Other than the hiring side of things, can you talk about efforts that the department is doing to help with retention and making sure that the officers you have enjoy being at work and feel safe and supported at work?
Yeah, we put more than in any time in history into support of the officers through peer support, through programming, through allowing them to schedule their overtime. And that's always a challenge. Jail is a challenging place to work, and it just is. Some folks ain't cut out for it, but we're putting efforts and continued efforts into supporting the folks that are working there.
Johnson says another thing that would make officers feel safer is if they worked in an updated facility. The main jail complex is a former office building. Multiple studies have called it obsolete, including one in 2023 that called it, quote, a maze of corridors lacking direct sight lines and presenting blind spots.
Everyone that has looked at that facility acknowledges that there is no recourse for improvements that are in any way practical.
Metro Councilman Marcus Winkler, the VP of the Budget Committee, says if a new jail was free, they'd have done it years ago. But those same studies have estimated the cost between $400 to $500 million.
So it is a massive capital project on the scale of the Yum Center.
A report by CGL Companies in November said jail administration has made every effort to adapt the facility, including skillfully repurposing every usable space. But no amount of creativity or adaptation can overcome its fundamental structural limitations.
Jail is a necessary part of any society, right? There are some people that have to be incarcerated. And when they are, I think we owe it to them that they are there and are safe.
Winkler says we need to have community-wide conversations about funding a new jail while working on diversion and anti-recidivism to keep people out of jail. Even if there's things he could be doing better, do you feel like Director Collins is the right man for the job at this time?
Right now, he is for me. His hands are kind of tied on what he could. I'm sure if he could open up the checkbook and pay everybody triple their salary tomorrow, he would.
Chief Collins says we'll see at least 50 new recruits take the oath of office this year. Johnson says they need more officer support and hopefully a new facility if we want these recruits to consider making it a career. In Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
Chief Collins said last Friday they will have an announcement on 1 to 2 months that will be, quote, strategies to help the staff out. But he did not go into any further detail.
LMDC Academy Class 147 is in training right now as the next batch of recruits.